Hello everyone and welcome to another guide video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on a basic guide to the Loremaster. Now, the Loremaster, if you do not know, is a boss in Dragon Spire over here in the Athenaeum, in the library. You come right over here, beat the Loremaster. Not only is it a decent, decent for the drops it gives, but it's also decent because the quest gives 7k XP, which at Dragon Spire level is actually pretty good. So, what I'm going to be doing today is giving a basic guide of what wizards want to farm this over others, and kind of what you should expect out of Loremaster. So, if I had to rank what wants to farm Loremaster the most, it would probably be life and death are two of the most important, with things like myth, ice, and balance being about the same. And I would put storm and fire just at the bottom, because storm and fire don't really have a reason to farm this, because every other spell they have is just about better than these current ones, so there's really no point in for them farming. But of course, obviously they can still farm. So that's what I would rank them as, and I'm going to tell you why each is which. So I'm going to list the spells and why I ranked it where it goes in terms of importance. So fire can get Brimstone Revenant, Hephaestus, and Krampus. Krampus is only during Christmas and July, I believe. And Brimstone Revenant is okay. It's a 4-pip spell. I believe it gives a trap. It's probably better for PvP, but it's actually like very not good PvE. There's no point in using it. Hephaestus is a 5-pip spell. I don't remember exactly what it does, but I know it does like a mediocre amount of damage, not that good. Krampus is similar to Brimstone Revenant, not enough damage to warrant it. Like, Meteor Strike is just objectively better, which is why Fire doesn't really want to farm for it. Ice gets Angry Snow Pig, which does subpar damage. Handsome Fomori, which does a little bit of damage at 5 pips. Winter Moon, which does some damage. And then Reindeer Knight, which is basically like Deer Knight, but the main issue with it is that there's like a little reason for a Ice to want Reindeer Knight, because you obviously already have Blizzard, which, will still do a lot. And it will, do that, it will fulfill that hit all kind of thing that's necessary. Storm can get Catalan, Queen Calypso, and Hammer of Thor. Catalan does decent amount of damage, but it's kind of pointless because Triton does more. Queen Calypso does some and a trap. It's okay. And then Hammer of Thor removes a charm, I believe, with 5 pips and does a mediocre amount of damage. I honestly don't think any of them are worth farming for, to be just to be completely honest, because every other spell they have, like Tempest is better, Triton is better, and it kind of just makes them pointless unless you have them at a very low level, which even then, they're still kind of meh. The level I would say that these are worth it from is probably level, like, 15 to level 38. That would be, like, the range. Balance gets Loremaster, Ninja Piglet, Samurai, and Savage Paw. Loremaster's obviously pretty good in PvP. Even I know that, despite, not doing PvP. It's not, like, the best spell in PvE, but it can get there. Ninja Piglets is decent. It does a decent amount of damage. It's alright. Samurai does more damage, 5 pips. It's pretty decent, actually. It's, like, better than... I'm trying to think what the tier 5 balance spell is. Is there even a tier 5 balance spell? If there is, I don't have it. So, that answers the question there. Savage Paw, from what I remember, is kind of okay. Life, which I ranked as one of the highest in needs for farming this, and that's for one reason, and that's Ratatoskir's Wrath. Ratatoskir's Wrath is an amazing spell. Not only does it look really good, and it looks cute as hell, it's also a 4-pip life spell, which there are a 4-pip life spell hits all enemies, that there are no others in the game besides for like pet, transmute spells. So basically, it's the only like really good one in the game, and it'll definitely help because the only other spell that I know that life has that's a hit all is Forest Lord, which is just not that good of damage, and it also has a very long animation. Goat Monk is 5 pips. It does decent damage. It would be alright to farm for. Luminous Weaver, 4 pips plus, I believe, it's either a ringer, it's either the aura thing, the plus 25 life damage aura thing, or It's a trap. I don't remember which. It's okay. Not the best in regards to damage. Pigsy is obviously one of the new metas for healing spells, I believe. It's a really good healing spell. Heals a lot. It only costs 5 pips. Myth, I ranked it as a medium because it doesn't have the best options. As Ninja Pigs, which is 5 pips, good damage. So that's pretty good. It would be better than... It would probably be the best hitting spell that Myth had until Medusa, or until Orthrus, I'd imagine. Athena is okay. It's like, I wouldn't say it's as good as Ninja Pigs, so if you want to. Keeper of the Flame's decent, 4 pips, does a little bit of damage, and gives a trap. Grendel's Amends is actually, in my opinion, a very good spell and a very interesting spell because it is a healing spell that it's basically a Myth version of Satyr that costs 5 pips, which is pretty cool. I think that that's a cool thing. It gives Myth more options to heal. It kind of makes Myth into this weird, like, balance. Like how balance has things from every area, Myth also kind of has things from every area. Death, I ranked this as one of the highest as well, along with Life, in order to, needs to farm this, and that's for one reason and one reason alone, and that's Deer Knight. Obviously, if you're a Death, you've seen this coming. Your only other spell is Scarecrow that can hit all, and that's a rank 7. So obviously, being able to beat mob enemies in 2 rounds rather than 3 rounds is actually pretty good. And Deer Knight also has the overtime, which can be useful. Lord of the Night is an okay spell. I don't think it's anything special. And the last spell that we have on here is Headless Horseman, which is a Halloween-only spell, which I consider a very good spell, because it is basically like... Sorry about that. I'm okay. Now, how I consider Headless Horseman a really good spell, because it's 4 pips, does a decent amount of damage, and Death doesn't entirely have that. Obviously, they have Vampire, but it does more than Vampire. I think Vampire does 350. This does 500, which is actually really good. And honestly, I would consider it better than most other spells for what's it called? For Loremaster. So, that's a basic guide on every spell. If I missed any spells, I'm sorry, leave them in the description, or leave them in the comments. I tried to look for all of them. These are all of them that I knew off the top of my head, and through searching, it's all the ones I found, so I'm pretty sure this is it. If I'm missing one, please let me know. And if you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know. If you found this guide helpful, like if you decided, oh, I'm a Life, I should farm for Ratato's Gears of Wrath, then there you go. Let me know, leave a like, hit the sub button, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Why is my camera going out of focus so much? It's really strange. Sorry for the shorter video today. I'm sure you're used to it by now, but I had my first day of work today, and it was a very long day. I am very sore, very tired, and I want to go to sleep. So, good night.